Most men are taught to chase, to pursue, to constantly prove themselves in the hope that a woman will finally choose them. But here's the truth. Chasing doesn't create attraction. It kills it. When your entire focus is on her, when your actions revolve around keeping her interested, you unknowingly send one loud message: I am not enough on my own. That energy repels her. Why? Because women don't want to be the center of your world. They want to be invited into a world that's already full, already alive, already thriving with or without them. You become magnetic, not by orbiting her, but by grounding yourself. The man who is calm, focused, and rooted in his purpose is the one she can't help but notice. He's not checking his phone every 5 minutes, not obsessing over her responses, not molding himself to keep her happy. He's busy building. Moving with intention. He's not chasing, he's becoming. And in that energy, there's power. A man who doesn't need her validation to feel valuable is a man she wants to be around. It's not because he's playing hard to get, but because he already has himself. And that kind of presence is rare. It's unforgettable. Women don't fall for the man who tries the hardest. They fall for the man who's the most grounded in who he is. So stop orbiting her. Stop making her the measure of your worth. The moment you shift your focus inward, the moment you start building your own world without needing her in IT, that's when you truly become attractive. That's when she feels the pull. Not because you chased her, but because you became a man who no longer needs to. You stop trying to win her, and in doing so, you won yourself. Here's what most men get wrong when she starts pulling away. They think it's time to do more. More texts, more calls, more effort. They see her distance as a sign that they're losing something, and panic sets in. Let me tell you the truth. Her pulling back is not a loss. It's a reveal. It's life showing you that this connection was never solid to begin with. And instead of chasing what's slipping away, you need to pause and see it for what it is. A woman who truly values you doesn't make you feel uncertain. She doesn't leave you questioning your place in her life. You don't have to decode her silence or overthink her mixed signals. The right one brings clarity, not confusion. So when she starts acting distant, don't see it as your cue to prove yourself. See it as a blessing. You're being given the chance to walk away from a situation that isn't aligned with your worth. Most guys spiral at this point. They start believing they lost someone special. But the truth is, if she was truly meant for you, she wouldn't be pulling away. She wouldn't need space to figure out if you're enough. So don't chase her uncertainty. Let her go. Let her feel what life is like without your energy. Don't react. Don't beg. Just breathe and detach. Because you're not losing love, you're being redirected to something real. And when you stop chasing what's fading, you start creating space for what's meant to stay. This isn't rejection, it's realignment. Stand still. Let her drift if she must. Because the man who can remain grounded while everything shifts around him is the man who always wins, no matter who stays or who walks away. Silence is one of the most misunderstood forms of power. Most men think silence means they're doing nothing, like they're being passive or weak. But silence, when used correctly, is strength in its purest form. It's the ability to hold your ground, to resist the urge to chase, to let things unfold without forcing them. When she pulls away and you don't react, that silence becomes deafening. Not for you, but for her. She expected a response. She expected pursuit, maybe even desperation. When you give her none of that, when you remain calm, composed, and unbothered, disrupts her expectations. It forces her to feel your absence in a way that your words never could. And that absence, it hits different. Because silence isn't just the lack of communication, it's the presence of self-respect. It says, I don't need to explain myself. I don't need to beg for your attention. I know who I am, and I won't compromise that for anyone. In a world full of people who can't stop talking, who react emotionally to every shift, your silence sets you apart. It speaks volumes. It shows that you're not controlled by her actions, her moods, or her decisions. You're in control of yourself, and that kind of self-mastery is rare. It's attractive. It's unforgettable. So the next time you feel the urge to explain, to reach out, to fix things, pause. Choose silence. Let her wonder. Let her sit with the emptiness you leave behind. Not to play games, but to protect your peace. Because a man who can be silent in the face of uncertainty is a man who truly owns his power. And that kind of man? He's not easy to walk away from. Silence isn't weakness. It's dominance without a single word spoken. There's something backwards about the way most men give their energy. They give the most to the women who give them the least clarity. You sit there thinking about her, overanalyzing every word, watching her social media like it holds the answer. You're pouring energy into someone who's not even sure about you.
Us.
And that's the trap. Confusing emotional investment with love. But it's not love when it drains you. It's not love when it keeps you guessing. That's emotional gambling. And the house always wins. Real connection isn't built on uncertainty. It's built on mutual energy, mutual effort, and mutual respect. When someone is half in and half out, your job isn't to pull them closer. It's to step back and redirect that energy inward. You've got goals. You've got a life to build. And every ounce of energy wasted on her indecision is energy stolen. From your purpose, stop feeding that confusion. Let it starve. The moment you feel yourself obsessing over her distance, catch it. Then shift. Hit the gym. Focus on your craft. Grow in silence. Become the man who values his time and his peace so much that he refuses to waste it on someone who can't make up her mind. That shift is powerful, because now you're not chasing her, you're building you. And in that space, you regain your strength. You remember who you are. And when she feels that energy pulling away, not because you're playing a game, but because you've chosen yourself, that's when everything changes. You stop being an option. You become the man. Who doesn't settle for half measures? You're not afraid to walk away from uncertainty because you know you bring clarity. Anyone who can't match that doesn't deserve your presence. Redirect your energy. That's how you reclaim control. There's a hard truth most men avoid. Facing you can't fix someone else's confusion by giving more of yourself. When a woman is acting distant, sending mixed signals or pulling away, many guys make the mistake of thinking it's their fault. They start questioning themselves. Did I say something wrong? Did I not do enough? And then they go into overdrive trying to prove they're worthy. But that's not strength. That's self-abandonment. You don't gain love by losing yourself. Her indecision is not a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of where she's at emotionally. That's her responsibility, not yours. You can't drag someone to certainty. You can't convince someone to choose you. The more you try, the more you step out of your masculine power and into a place of neediness. She can feel that. Women don't respect desperation. They're not drawn to a man who's chasing validation. They're drawn to the man who stands firm in who he is, who doesn't need approval to feel solid. If she's unsure, let her be unsure alone. Let her sort through her own storm while you remain grounded in yours. The man who knows his worth doesn't audition for love, doesn't chase, simply stands in his truth and lets the world adjust. If she walks away, let her. Because you haven't lost anything, you've simply made space for someone who sees you clearly. Your job is not to fix, not to chase, but to remain steady, to stay in your power, and to let her either meet you there or drift away. Either way, you win. Because a man who refuses to abandon himself, even for love, is the man who always comes out stronger. That's real power certainty in the face of confusion.